Take this inside this.
Oh, oh, he's really Italian. But now I understood it with Salvo, because sometimes when I'm joking, and this is very much my character, I sometimes say nonsense just to joke, just to laugh.
Yeah.
And you look at me sometimes like, are you crazy? Now I understand, because if you take it towards you that I'm laughing about you, now I understand at least.
No, not in this sense. It's just sometimes when maybe we don't know each other very well or we don't see very often, I don't understand really if it's a joke or if it's for real.
It's a joke always.
Yeah.
It's always a joke.
That's right. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to discuss two topics now with you.
We want that.
Two, yes, because you start to talk now to open up more. So the first one, and we talked with you a lot about it, is that it's not a secret that many times in a couple that the man is how to say, helping girl and paying stuff like competition, tickets, or mostly in Hong Kong, because in Hong Kong not so much work for girls. It's obvious, yeah, so the man helping, yeah, the girl. And in many countries, actually in Russia also many girls, I can say, think that if I marry you, you need to pay for me. If this is kind of taking care of me. But in Europe, for example, we actually have we always talk about this with Joel, because he has one mentality, and I say I never was like this, but I know that in Russia many girls are like this. Not only in Russia, I think in
Ukraine, in
our
countries,
different cultures, yeah. And what do you think, in your opinion? It should be 50-50 always, or it's always depends of situation, or how do you
find the right border?
Yes.
Nice question. This is a very interesting question.
Because I know you a little bit were burned for this, right? Because you feel that you are taking care and all that, and
in general, I'm a very generous guy. So for example, if we go for a drink, I would be happy to pay for our drinks. So in this case, I'm already, is in my character that I like to give, yes. Then going deeper in our dancing, of course, as you said already, in Hong Kong there is maybe more work for the boys and not for the girls. So automatically the boys earn more money, let's say, for the girls. But I like to think that the partnership, it's a team, right? So if I can help, I do. It doesn't mean that if you can help, you should not do, right? So if you cannot, then I think, because I grew up in a family where my mom doesn't work, yes, so my father is the only one who works. So my father always said, this is the money I work and it's for everyone. So I never had, this is my father's money, this is my mom's money, right? So I never had this picture of who is money of, right? Yes. So in that sense, I like this feeling also because a little bit egoistic things, it let me feel man, that I pay for my woman in that sense. But this is not meaning that if I have a business with my woman, I should pay all the expenses, and if there is an income, we split in half. This is a little bit, yeah, doesn't match. So if we pay together, we earn together. But if I only pay, I only earn. So in that sense.
so idealistic situation for you, if you earn together, you put all the money together and you spend on you both together.
So basically, I don't want to say it's my money. If we earn together, it's our money. If you need to buy something, or we need to afford the dancing, or we need to afford another trip, we all do together. Without that, I pretend because you are the man and you had to pay for me. I never like this, I pretend. Because if you pretend, I'm sorry, but I don't do. Then there is this the bad side of my character, you know. I like to offer, I like to be gentleman, but doesn't mean I'm stupid at the same time.
And you must.
Exactly, I must not. I'm not in the prison, right? That I must. At 8 o'clock switch off the light. This is in the prison. It's not. Yeah. So in this sense, I like to have a collaboration. This is how I call. I had not very good experience with my previous partner before, already from young age. Still, when I was still dancing in Italy, maybe my father could afford to pay also something extra for my dancing, and my partner couldn't do that time. So because they didn't want to stop me to have lesson with the better teachers or to do an extra com maybe out of Italy. So my father was also paid the part of my partner. Then I travel, I start to be alone. When I moved to Hong Kong, I didn't belong anymore to my parents. I all paid everything by myself. I didn't ask not a single dollar. So in that sense, I also have this feeling of responsibility that if a girl, let's say when I start to dance with Nastia, if you remember Nastia Kudzieva, yeah? When I started dancing with Nastia, she was 17. Yes? And I was, what, 21, I think. So I feel this responsibility of it's okay, you don't need to worry because I'm the man of the situation. But this doesn't put us out of the track of the fact that you can also find a work, you can also find something that actually make you proud as well, that you earn some money. You're not sitting at home like this.
So you go more with 50-50. If it's not money-wise, your woman or your partner, it should do something to bring into...
Well, Christina, the experience teach me that 50-50 never wrong. Because if one day everything finish, at least you pay your own. Otherwise, if it's 100-0 and then everything finish, you got a name and a result without really put nothing to do that.
So because of this last experience or last experiences with your partners, do you think it's a positive thing to be a couple in life?
Well, we have so many examples in our dance world. We can also manage some nice names because they are very lovely guys and they are give great example. I always manage Troseina because, as I know, they are not together, and they have been strong partnership from ever, right? Another couple, for example, is Riccardo and Julia. Yes, also couple in their life, they married, and so in both cases I cannot tell you who is right, who is wrong.
For you, not based on examples of others. Right for now, in this stage of your life where you are, how do you see yourself?
Let's say that when you prepare a partnership, when you are focused in the career, I think you need to have a goal of what is the priority. Then all you girls know that maybe if you spend 1 year, 2 years, 3 years with one girl, it can be that also you fall in love, or it can be, because for example, when I started to dance with Vika, the first 2 years we were not together. Yes? Yeah. So, but then, you know, living together, traveling together, working together, so automatically you start to be also with the, you start to have a feeling.
You develop a feeling.
Right. So, is it right? Is it wrong? I don't even have an answer of that. It's just that you follow your instinct. If something is coming up, why?
But for you now, right now, you're sitting on this chair today, the priority is dancing.
I think, and maybe I come back to the question of you before, for me the priority was always the dancing. Whatever happened is just because of, yes. Okay. The priority is dancing. That's why I live out of Italy, that's why I practice every day, because I want to build my name. At the meantime, in this way, if I also found somebody who I really like to spend time, good. Otherwise, the priority, I can imagine myself to dance with somebody that was my girlfriend, and then the love finished, but the dance not. I can manage that.
And you can manage?
I can manage. If, for example, you say, you know, I don't love you anymore, but we don't ruin our partnership, I can manage to let it work. And I know many couples who before they work together and then they finish privately, but they still carry on. I respect those people.
For sure. Yeah.
So in both cases, it's good to be together. It's very dangerous when you plus also the love, because you can destroy a partnership. But I really respect those people who can manage after their relationship in the life to still practice, traveling, sharing the room and stuff like that, you know.
And during this not nice period of all that splitting up, have you faced the situation of double-faced people?
Oh, Jesus Christ. This, I think, is like, I could make a tattoo for this.
No need, please.
Of course.
They don't deserve, no.
Of course. And this is something...
From the people that you didn't expect?
Yeah, of course.
And how will you deal with this? When will you see these people, or?
No, the fact that I deal with is that this is something I change from my character. I will not open up very easily how I used to do before.
To them?
To everybody. Because whatever you show me now, I'm sure when you turn around you can say something else. Even though it's not true, but for what I experience now, I think everything is possible. So in that case, I'm like, a bit step apart. Don't be too much warming and say my private business.
It's dangerous, because then you're changing your personality, because many people loves you for how you are
for
now.
Your warmth.
That's why I don't change that, but I filter what I'm saying, or I filter what I should say or I should not. I don't change the approach.
So you are saying that you will never anymore trust so much the society around you?
Very hard to. It's very hard now for me to trust somebody 100%. But I also learned that it's not good to put a hand in front of you for whoever comes, because it can be that the person next to is coming is very sincere, is very humble, is very so.
And you might miss this person in your life, you know.
So what I can tell you even better, I just analyze first before I don't go like close eyes and I first analyze. I see if it's a person who I can trust, or that minimum that you feel you can trust, and then maybe I can be as usual. But when you remember those periods when there was the high sparking challenge, you know, this one is
Yeah, I did it actually.
I also did.
I did as well. And how was the feeling? You receive this cold water, you're like, you miss the breath, right? This is how it feels when somebody who you really trust suddenly bang, and you would never expect. Even in our job, a student that book you 3 times a week and pay no problem, suddenly she says sorry, no more. You know, like you never expect. But from that student, how come? Same in our dance, same in the life, same in very carefully. And now I go very carefully. In this sense, I grew up a lot, if I can say like that.
That's good. Good for you.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Yeah. So
bad that it's with bad experience, but good for you.
All bad experiences bring in the good lessons,
Yeah.
and then we get wiser. So it's for the good anyway.
Absolutely, happiness is love. I'm proud of the family I have. When I'm angry, I look like a gorilla. To make the right choice, you need to be clever. Carefulness comes when you know exactly what you are going to do. Love is care. Walter Late is the one who invented all our Latin figures. If my partner is late, I would not complain, because I think there is a right reason. I apologize if I understood that I was wrong. I regret when I don't do what my instinct drives me up.
So after all those experiences and generally where you are now in life, if by all of a sudden, by some magical situation, you will become a boss of all the dancing industry and you will be in control of it, what would you change?
No, I'm joking. what I would change in the dance industry.
You are
there
the
is
boss.
something. Maybe there is
You are
nothing.
the boss.
You are the boss. You
of
can anything.
everything. You can do anything.
Wow. So
What the first thing? At least name 2, 3.
Yeah.
What comes
or maybe
to your mind?
nothing.
no, there is few things I would change that for me doesn't work, for my, of course, humble opinion. So first of all, I would not do this separation anymore about WDC and WDSF. This is, for example, something that I would like to compete again how it was everybody against everybody. This really, you really show if you
Can you
are-
imagine? That would be really cool.
Yes.
Everybody
Everybody.
together.
This really show if you will be a champion one day, you are really champion. The last one we had, the truly champion, was Stefano and Anna, if you remember, because after them, then they split the federation. That was then Maurizio back to years, then was Zaitsev, he win, then was Zoran also win Blackpool. I remember the amateurs, right? Of course, Brian, Donny, all this thing, you know. So this is something, for example, I would
But do you think it's possible?
never anymore. I mean, and now if I see now in our federation, WC, now there is another federation, so even we are even more splitting up. So this, I think, is not healthy for our dance, and also for us, because there is not that pleasure to say I'm a world champion. When there is another one, and then next to you say, but I'm also a world champion, same here as you.
Yeah, now there's so many world champions around. More in social media,
And
when
it's
you
not-
open up
and
the Instagram page,
exactly.
like, oh, 20 times. I was like,
And
wow.
sometimes
really?
it's not even the fault of the federations, it's the fault of just people writing on the Instagram that somewhere in
So what
Timbuktu.
else?
Another thing that I would change is, I mean, is how I can say that, right? I want to say, not very.
Say how it is.
Say how you feel.
Well, let's say, I would try to avoid some political situation. So if I would be the one who command, for example, I would make sure that the panel is not really towards a specific couple, right? Or sometimes, for example, you have,
So you will be more specific in the choosing of the panel of the competitions.
for example, I don't mind what they do in WDDSF, the fact that who judge don't teach. This is not, of course, not good in a sense that those who judge, they have no experience. So we are like in the sense that at the panel I found people like Carmen, Shirley, Donny, or Alan Tosberg, you know, like people who really, Alan Fletcher, who was, you know, like people who really has result, right, has knowledge. But somehow should be some neutral and loyal judging that sometimes I think is not like that. Or another thing I would change is the fact that because you have been winning already for 3 years, and you stay, you still win, even though your dance is not as good as it used to be. Like, I will not take this respect for the champion in a way if really the difference between the first and the second are not huge anymore. Yes? I remember those days when Malitowski and Ricardo was still compete together. You was waiting the Blackpool evening because you know that it's not 5 dance fully first, 5 dance fully second. So you were there listening and first in the samba and they call another cover, you know, like, you see. So that is something that it can be possible. And before I found it a little bit more that easy to apply. Now somehow, for example, I was talking with one of my friends for the ballroom, yeah. In ballroom there was always the same final, and no one time they switch, no
Like
even
we say, a queue.
the queue.
Please stand in the queue.
You wait the queue, you wait that somebody shoot the champion until there's, you know, otherwise the champion will never leave. So yes, this is another thing. So I think political way and the fact that judging the dance and what you see at that day, That day you have no title yet.
Yes, definitely.
That day you have no title yet. You was last year Blackpool champion. It doesn't mean you gonna be this year Blackpool champion. So today you have 0 title for this Blackpool running now. So in that case, everybody can win. Because I remember, if I go back to days when I still was not in the final, you were counting when you go to some competition how many good couple will be, right? So that one in the final for sure. That one two in the final for sure. That was said, no, that one you do because look, 1, 2, 3, 4 judge for him, so that one will do, right? So I remember those days when you was counting how many. In this case, no, because can be that 3 couple we count in the final. That day they are really not in a good day. They're really like doing something opposite of what usually they do. Means that day they don't reserve. But unfortunately, we all know that this is not happening. So this I would change if I could, but I
And do you think maybe slightly it will change some? Do you have this hope that after pandemic and everything come back, maybe slightly it will change something?
I do think so. I do think so because I mean we are not dancing already more than a year competition, and I think that when we all go back, we all gonna look all back to square. I mean, for me, even more because I'm bringing a new partnership. So for me, it's like everything new. I have all 5 new choreography. I didn't care no one piece of what I used to dance before. This is another thing. So complete will be everything new. How you know? I don't know. But I also think that for those couple who you know the name and surname and the result and the position, let's see.
Excitement, yes?
It's exciting,
Excitement.
yes. So we are having few experiments today, and we will have one more game.
Oh, Jesus.
And because also how we celebrate New Year and some of the birthday, we already understood that you like to play games. We all do all together.
Don't let me do nothing weird, please.
Okay, wait, stop. Без камеры. We will not put if you will not want it to be.
What is the game?
I will tell you now, but
Banana game.
of course not. From the beginning, just like relax. Everything is okay. If it's not looking good, we will not put afterwards.
Yes.
Yes.
Just
One
experiment.
more time. So to play one more time, we would like to ask you to imagine yourself in a situation. Because we believe that professional dancer, artist, and somebody of really good artistic skill need to have it all.
Charismatic, as you said.
I already know where you are going. I already know.
And we decided to play a little bit around that topic, plus also all your partners from the past, somehow you're managing with Russian and Ukrainian girls. And we all you didn't sound.
Now it's Americans.
Still she has Russian roots.
Yeah, true.
So we decided to bring you a little bit into our Soviet culture. And let you change a little bit your character and see how you will feel in that way. So we have a movie. All the Italians, you love movies about mafia and this Godfather, Al Pacino,
yes.
right?
Celentano.
Celentano,
absolutely, yes. So exactly at that times, in Soviet Union, there was another profession. And we are having also some of the movies, but which are Soviet.
Very historical for us. Same as for you?
Same as Celentano for us. Yes.
Yeah, or Godfather or something. It's same type of movies, but for Soviet people, for past Soviet countries, for us. So it doesn't matter actually what it's about. It's not some super serious meaning, but there is a dance inside of that movie. And the dance is very easy actually, it's twist.
Twist.
Exactly. So we wanted to ask you, because you, actually, I hear from you a lot of times that you are the best in choreography. I can choreograph anything. I'm the best in choreography. I hear this personally. Yes, I did. So we decided to put you in the situation that instinctively, when you hear the music, we can even let you listen to it one more time before doing anything.
But this is not fair. I see all your other interview. You never let the people stand up from their chair.
You said it's for you specially, you see.
Right.
It was made for you specially.
Okay, which one is the music?
Okay, so the music is.
Don't worry, Massimo got
Massimo
up
did already.
yesterday. Yes.
Yes.
So you are not the first.
I'm released.
А теперь оба окурка вы давите вместе. Оп, 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 оп.
Okay, to finish with our interview, last question.
Go.
Yes. Can you tell us, because we touched a little bit the topic about competitions when it will come soon. So, what are your strengths as a dancer?
So I should say what is my best part, what is my strength.
Your best part. Why the people should put you first?
This is sound very, how you say in English, like very
Arrogant?
arrogant. But
No, everyone has their bad and good side. So, what is your good side?
But you have right to know your best.
exactly, I also believe that more you know your good side, the more you can put it as a priority in your dancing. I think my number one strength in my dance, I guess, is my charisma, let's say. Meaning of, not just do the Italian smirk, not just that. Meaning that in this sense, I believe I have a gift that music give me something. Music give me some feeling. And I would not imagine to don't express that feeling. So it's one of my strong side that likely comes naturally. That's why for me, and you know Christina very well, when we need to practice with the mask, for me is you are stopping. It's the same if I'm telling you practice but tie your feet. I cover my face. I don't like nothing. I don't because I believe that the mechanic and the technique you show with your body, it always have to be finished with a nice emotion. Yes, I remember those. I like this quote every time to say, devotion plus motion create emotion. So you should have the dedication, you should know the knowledge, and then the emotion comes out when you dance. So I always think, and I heard that everybody said I'm very charismatic on the floor. So that I'm aware of this, and I try to leave it in a good high standard, you know. I sometimes I even put piece of my choreography where maybe the shape or the lines is also depends on the face you do or the attitude you create, because maybe that line or that body action everybody can do the same as you do, but maybe if you plus a charisma on top that nobody does, then it becomes special. So in that sense I would say charisma, one of the strengths. I'm quite rhythmical. I like rhythm and I like to express it. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. It's a good thing because I feel every beat of the music. Maybe because also from when I was young I played drums, so for me music is very easy and I hear so many micro sound on it. At the same time it's a little bit not good things, because sometimes if I over like the music and I over like the atmosphere and everything become too much. So this is also something I need to be able to control. When I say about rhythm, I'm not only talking about shaker or this thing, but even somehow the fact that if I dance the same rumba choreography with two different songs, and I will hear that in that rumba the accent is coming and that one is coming later in a different figure, I will manage that dot figure will be as a spotlight with an accent on my hand or an accent on my head. I will do something extra. And that I feel at that moment, I didn't plan that. So in this case, I found like that I listen to rhythm a lot. So these are my two strengths that I think they are strong. Another one, I think, if I look at my video, I'm very like, I never like myself. So to be honest, I always think that I can improve, I can be better and whatever. But I think that I'm building, and I confirm already that I like a male moving dancer. So in this thing I was a little bit frustrated a few years ago, because I was carefully checking that all my steps or my lines never look girly. I don't want to look girly. As I do the hand, I don't want to look girly. And actually in these things I need to thank Donny, because one time in a lesson he told me, remember that even though I teach you the most female step ever exist, you will still do in a male way. So in this sense you should not worry. So I think also I give a good example of a man on the floor. This is another thing. I don't describe myself as a flexible dancer, but I think that our Latin American, I remember those things, I don't know if it's true, you can confirm it, but I remember that Brian used to say that he never warmed up in his life, he never stretched in his life, he never did a high round in his life, and everybody was crazy about Brian, right? Just because he was clever enough to understand what he was good at, and he make it the best.
I think honestly he said so, but it was not true. I think.
Maybe he say, but it's not true.
I think he worked hard,
Yeah.
but to make it look as
Effortless.
yes.
Effortless. No, another example that I can tell you I heard from his voice is Donny, for example. He always says that he has been practiced all day long to make that check improving. And those things that he understood he could not improve, like spins or the split, he never introduced in his choreography. So actually this is a good message, that if you are good at something, don't focus in what you are not good at. Just making what you are good, make it special, make it glamour. That's it. So in that sense, I don't imagine myself doing a split on the center of the floor.
I don't imagine you either.
Also because I imagine me at the way up. Maybe I can split and then I cannot come up.
And what about for, we are not talking about Sasha now, yes, for the female dancer, what you think are, name 3 best qualities that the female dancer should have for you? For you.
Should have.
What do you want?
I think number 1, the girls is leg and feet. A girl should have leg and feet that should be perfectly used, coordinate and nice looking. So this is number 1, I would say. That when I look at the girl, I would say, oh, look, beautiful feet. This is the first thing at the floor. Also when I walk on the street, I will look at the feet of the girl. Maybe something.
Who knows, you know, for some people it's very important.
Yeah, no, not for me. But at the dance floor, I will look leg and feet. Another thing that a woman should have, it's sensuality. I like not when a girl is too much aggressive, of the mouth or too much, because I would feel that she's taking my part. Because maybe the girl, I always believe that the man is the one who shout more in a pasodoble, hey, and the girl is the one who receive. So if I have another one, hey, 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 we both shout, imagine it would be a concert, you know. So I would think sensuality and good manner, you know, you know how to be expensive, you look nice and elegant. And the last thing that I think a girl, and I think we have been seeing already from our last champions, Carmen, Julia, Joanna, that they never put their men like to let it feel that they are not good enough, or I always see they bow together, they have respect. You can see there is a respect in the partnership. That's why they become champion. And this, tell me if I'm wrong, because it's men against girls, against women, right? And this, the woman is more in control of the men. Because if a woman wants to beat you, she can be 10 times stronger than a man. So if really is a bad character woman, in Italian there is this word very bad, it's calling carattere di merda. Means you have very shitty character, right?
Same as in Spanish.
Yes. So if you really have this carattere di merda, it's something that very rare people can change. So that's why to become a champion you need a cocktail of everything. You need to have the talent, you need to have the body, the face, and the character is a top list number one. Because those couples who dance together 20 years, if they would start to beat, how many couples we saw they were very good and they split? And you say, such a shame. And then when you talk with them 20 years after, you know what they say every time? Hey, if I would be now, at that time, I wouldn't do the same mistake, because at that time you had the carattere di merda, right? So that's easy peasy. So this is what I'm saying. I like when a woman always take her position without bitching, without having this, because the woman, I'm telling you, this is not to defend the men category, but the woman, if she wants, she can be really inside and is really bad.
We can do it.
I remember actually Carmen had one time lecture. It was called "The Woman Can Make or Break a Man." Beautiful lecture it was. To me, it was one of the switching points in the brain for the young brain. When you are growing, it was very turning point. Because I also agree with this.
Because also, when a woman lie, you never understand. Or when a woman says something, you always understand the real meaning. They never go. For example, if I need to say to a girl that maybe she's a little bit fat, I wouldn't say you are fat. I would say maybe we need to start to training a little bit more. Let's go for a run. So to let maybe my partner understand that maybe she's putting weight on. If a woman had to say though, but did you see yourself? But did you see which stomach you have?
But it's not true.
But it's not everyone like this.
It's not
Salo.
everyone.
Okay, but in general, like
Not everyone like this.
like that.
Okay, to sum up our character, we finish our interviews always with the fast questionnaire from Marcel Proust. So we're gonna do that now.
Okay.
Let's go. Nutella croissant or pasta arrabbiata?
Nutella, croissant,
Black tie or smart casual?
smart casual,
Lion or horse?
lion,
What are you afraid of?
should I name?
What are you afraid of?
Snake,
If you could change one quality in yourself, what would that be?
quality, means it's already good, why I need to change?
No, quality it can be for bad too.
If I would one quality on myself, I would be less instinct. Too much instinct sometimes. I don't know. Yeah.
Lacking of which things is easiest for you?
I have no idea. Give me an example so I can understand.
If you don't have money, it's the easiest for you to survive, you still can manage. If you don't have love, you can still can manage. If you don't have food, you don't have water.
No food I need to have, otherwise I'm going crazy. I can manage to be alone. I experienced this without friends or people around. I can manage to be alone.
How would you describe your inner state right now?
Very happy. Not good enough?
What is the meaning of lie?
Meaning of lie? A meaning of lie means means you are not a good person.
And what is the meaning of life?
Enjoy every moment.
Talent that you would love to have.
To sing.
If devil offers you immortality without any circumstances, would you agree?
No.
When you will meet God, what would you tell him?
I'm thankful for what he gave in my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Salvo Sinardi.
Thank you very much, Salvo.
Thank you, girls. I really had a good time. I really enjoyed. It was first time I experienced this and was very nice.
Thank you so much for coming.
Very nice. Thank you for the champagne, for the lovely welcome.
We have a little present for you. Yeah, from Grand Prix brand. So to thank you for coming. No, it's not a skirt. Thank you. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Salvo.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Mwah.
Thank you. I will